Hey everyone, welcome back. So today we are back for another live stream, and we're gonna be trying out some different games today. So if you guys tuned in and you went to the vote, what won the vote primarily was 9 Monkeys of Shaolin, and I would say that is probably going to be the majority of the stream. Sorry for the dog once again. But yeah, we're going to be trying out this new game, and we are probably going to also, if we have time, play a little bit of Panzer Dragoon. Now, just give me a second. I have no idea why I just started the stream and he decided to go crazy, but that is it. Yeah, so 9 Monkeys of Shaolin was actually a game that was on sale last week. A lot of people ask me why it wasn't on my list. The simple reason is because I don't suggest games I haven't played. I really didn't have time, unfortunately, to pick it up, try it out. But it was definitely on my list, so I did pick it up, and that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be trying it out, so that if in a future sale, 9 Monkeys of Shaolin comes back on, well, it'll probably definitely be included on the list. From what I've been hearing from people, it sounds like a really good game. Now, just give me a second. I will just run and see what's wrong with the dog, because often it's because someone's maybe upstairs at the door or something. I'll be back in like 30 seconds. Yeah, so if there couldn't be any worse timing than that, well, my dog was going crazy after trying to chase after my BB-8 figurine. He managed to knock it down, and it makes noise, moves around, so he thought it was an actual person trying to annoy him, which is fun. So, yeah, as I was saying, is yeah, the reason 9 Monkeys of Shaolin wasn't on my list this week is because I hadn't tried the game yet. I normally never suggest games that I haven't actually played, or that a couple of my really close friends that I know have very similar and that I trust their gaming tastes have tried the game. However, I heard a lot about it. So we're going to get started as I'm talking about this stuff, because let's go. Now, I did start a game quickly. I just wanted to test out the difficulty level, because I wanted to know, like, is it worth, will I be able to play and stream at like a higher difficulty level? I do think we're going to be good to go with Warrior, which is not a difficult level, but it's not the easy level either.
Middle Kingdom, the homeland of great thinkers and incredible
I'm going to let the story roll a little bit. You guys can read it while we talk. But yeah, so you're going to see a little bit how my process works, what I normally do when I'm testing out games that might or might not make it onto eShop deals. Basically, I try out the game. Some I finish, some I don't. It really depends on the game, on how much I like it and the type of game. I won't lie to you,
Both ruthless
RPGs,
bandits
I play like
and the
3, 4,
terrible
5
forces
hours
of
maybe.
darkness.
I rarely have
Their
time to
greatest
finish them just
challenge
because
was
if
the
they're
invasion of the
40-hour
local
investments.
pirates from
It's
the
a,
east
it's a
who
lot
landed
of
on the
time,
country's
especially when you're
southern
trying to
shores.
review,
When the government,
play a lot
mired
of
in
games,
corruption,
get
was
lists ready
unable
and
to
whatnot.
withstand the enemy's assault, the Shaolin monks decided to break their own rules.
So I watched the story a little earlier, and basically you're sort of playing a fisherman whose family gets killed.
At the cost of many of their own lives. Victorious, the monks returned
Yeah, you
to
missed
their
the sale,
monastery,
Cristobal.
and life
Sorry,
went back to
I
normal
wasn't looking
in
at the chat
coastal
too much, but yeah,
towns.
sorry, so you
However,
missed the sale.
the young
I know, and
fisherman Wei
like I
Chung
said,
and his
it'll be on a
village,
future list. I'm sure the sale
trouble
is going to come
followed
back.
seemingly without end.
But basically, the only one thing I would say, honestly, $40, because that is I think that's the full price for the game, or $30. I'd have to go look at the US price because I know I bought it from the Canadian store, but I know the price is really up there. It's like 30 or above. I would say so far from what I saw of the game, it's a super good game, but I definitely wouldn't pay $30 for it. So it is a standard beat 'em up in format. So I started a new game so you can see pretty much everything from the start. It's going to give you a small tutorial. I'll be honest though, the game doesn't actually teach you probably everything you need to know to really be efficient in it. But at the same time, it does an okay job. So basically, you've got a staff strike on X, you've got your dodge on B, you've got like a poke attack on A, and you've got like a long-range kick, which is on your Y button. And basically, you can chain those together. And so far from what I've seen in the game is it's really like a tic-tac-toe thing where certain enemies you have to figure out, are they more susceptible to like the poke attack? Are they more susceptible to the strike? Or is it more of the long distance kick that you need to be doing? When enemies are golden, yeah, they're letting you know that you can't interrupt their attack, so it's like best to dodge. Now you've got breakables all over the map. If you are playing the game at first, I recommend, it doesn't really tell you to break them, but I would tell you make sure you are breaking them, because that's where the health potions are. I'm calling them health potions, but I think it's T in this game, if I'm not mistaken. But overall, the combat is smooth. So if you're seeing it, it's easy to sort of flow for the combos. And there we have it. So you pick up T like that, and you can basically use the up direction on the D-pad to regen your health. So basically, dodging is super important, as most of these games are. When the guys have armor, it is they take way less damage, and they're more susceptible to poke attacks. So as I said, it's sort of a tic-tac-toe effect. We hit up, we regen a little bit of health, and we're gonna continue on. So just pick up a bunch of tea there. We're ready to keep going. Hey Scott, how you doing? Oh, so you're finally yeah, time zones. Looks like Japanese or look, I'm not the best at different, but I imagine that it's quite a time difference if it looks like, I don't want to say Japanese because I don't want to insult anyone, but it looks like that to me quickly. So yeah, when you have the long range guys, normally you try to approach them with a jump attack. Then you basically chain into other stuff. And so far from what I've seen, when you have a ranged guy on the screen, you're always going to want to sort of take him out first, because he's going to be extremely annoying. There you go. We're gonna see. Like I said, I only played the first 2 stages, but there is something that unlocks at the beginning of the right before the second stage that does help combat a lot. So it is, it doesn't flow as well as it is going to be in about 5 minutes right now. Oh no, but yeah, Shaolin, I was talking about, someone said that they're from a different time zone, and I can see some characters in their base name. Yeah, it's Missiel, and I didn't want to insult the person. I wasn't sure, because they said that they're in a different time zone, so I'm imagining they must be somewhere in Asia, possibly, and I didn't want to insult them by saying they're from the wrong country. So this is a fight that you're supposed to lose. First story fight here. Just gonna let him kill us because we were basically supposed to lose it. Come on. There we go. But yeah, no, I know Shaolin is Chinese.
Wei Cheng lay bleeding to death in the
It's
middle
actually
of his
invading
plundered
from
village.
Japanese pirates in this game.
was
That's
how
what the
our story
storyline is
would
that
have
they're
ended
being
if
invaded.
The Buddhist monks hadn't arrived in time.
While the story
Taking a
runs, I'm just going to
structure
run
out
up
of their stats,
30
they
seconds
placed
because
Wei Cheng on it
the
and
oven
carried
just
him
went
for
off,
several
and I'm just
days
going to pull something
until
out
they
really
finally
quick.
reached one of the local fortified houses.
You have awoken at last. I am glad that my potions were able to help, for you were barely breathing when they brought you here.
Who are you? How did I end up here?
We are the monks of South Shaolin. I am Master Zhong Fei. On my left is Master Guan Li, the leader of our group, and Master Xuan Pai, his right-hand man.
You are in our camp in an abandoned Tulu, not far from your village. Our scouts found you among the ruins and brought you here.
Thank you. My name is Wei Cheng. My grandfather was beside me in the village. Did he survive?
I am sorry. We arrived when it was all over, and the village was nothing but a smoking ruin. You were the only survivor.
Perfect. So
Monsters.
we are back.
Hunt them down and kill each and every one of them.
Do you really think that these are normal bandits?
We are sorry to bring you such sad news, but at least you are safe now. You are recovering quickly.
Oh, don't worry about
You
it,
will be able to
casual.
return to
It's
your
all good.
relatives soon. Do you have...
I lost my parents when I was still a child.
Fate has been harsh to you, Wei Cheng. We will wait until you are fully healed and then decide.
Hey, Super Nintendo, how you doing?
They cannot just toss you out onto the street.
So basically, yeah, if we continue on this, so the game here, you have like a little hub world where you do talk to different people. I'm imagining eventually we'll unlock different weapons and whatnot from this guy here. The only thing is right now, all we've got is the oak pole, and we have no beads or shoes. But I imagine we're going to be able to equip other equipment eventually. Now we've got to talk to him. He's going to run us through a little tutorial for using ki.
Let us start with focusing on the internal power within you. Now, go ahead with one of the strokes, but keep it slow.
Basically, he's letting us know that if you hold down basically any of the attack buttons in the middle of a combo, it does a ki attack.
You're a quick study, Wei Cheng, aren't you?
So we're going to finish this and we'll be able to move on. So basically you can fool around like that with the dude as long as you want. You can try out those moves if you want. And basically, once we're done that, we're going to be able to go on to the next
Brother
missions.
Zheng Lung has gone to the temple of the late Plum on Putuo Shan. We haven't heard from him in a while, and
Of course, it is no bother.
No, I haven't
Plus,
tried Xing.
Master Zhong Fei
I
told me that I need
heard
to move more.
thank you.
I heard
That would
mixed
be a huge
stuff
help.
about Xing,
You'll
which is
meet
why
Zheng
I
Lung
haven't
at the same
dropped
time.
the money on
He's
it to
one of
try it
the
out for
best
this.
South Shaolin
And
warriors.
I did hit up the developer, but they did not send me a review code, so unfortunately I haven't tried it yet. But it is definitely one that was on my radar. When I saw that it was getting mixed results, I sort of backlogged it because I do like I said, I don't suggest games that I haven't tried, but nonetheless, I do check where the game, like if the games look good or not, to basically prioritize which ones I'm picking up. Because obviously, I'm not at the point yet where all the developers send me the keys, so I have to buy a lot of the games, which is why, for example, this game I was super excited when I saw it on sale, because it was definitely one that was on my radar, but here it was $40, and I was definitely not going to drop $40 on it.
Just call for me. I'm not master.
So yeah, you can unlock, there's actually local co-op play, and you can actually also do network play. But haven't tested it out yet, but eventually I might. But basically, it's good to know that there is a co-op play option with this. I didn't check here if we could buy something after, no. So basically, let's get going on the first mission and get back to, like, now we're in full possession of sort of all the attacks because we have our key upgrades. What's really fun is that the system that they're using, where you just sort of hold down the attack button, allows you to flow really well when you're in a combo. And basically, your gauge refills as you attack.
These are herbal potions. Hurry up.
The only thing so far I've noticed is they sort of take away all your potions when you start a new stage. So if you are carrying them, maybe it'll change, but so far I realized even if you picked up potions, they take them away. So I'm not sure how useful it is to like save your potions. So basically now you can see like combat flows a little better. You can sort of pull off better combos because you can hit them hard. It's like finishing moves sort of. Now these guys, we have to reflect the attacks. We're going to just wait for that. And basically you hit the L button and you can reflect their attacks back at them. That is something that the game doesn't actually tell you. It didn't tell me at any point, and the first time I went through the stage, I got blocked there for a while. And I didn't know, but the mission here is actually a speed mission. Because you see that life bar at the bottom? You actually have to save the guy. And if you don't go fast enough, well, he'll die before you get to him. So I'm going to try and rush it, because last time I had to start over. As I said, these guys, if you hit them with the A attack, that's what throws them off when they have armor. I'm going to just get a little bit of health back here. But so far, honestly, even though I only played one stage earlier today, I am enjoying it quite a bit. So I would say that especially when this game is on sale, it is definitely a good game. Family's doing good, man. Thank you for asking. The family, everyone is doing well. We did get a scare earlier this week for my stepdad, because my mom is remarried. But everything turned out to be a false alarm. So we got good news. Good news. Hey, Bear, how you doing, man? The armored guys are the annoying ones. I'm gonna get smashed here. Come on, shoot at me. Go. Like I said, when those guys in the back, when you're fighting, are extremely annoying because they I'll fill it up, but if I remember well, we're getting to a section where there's going to be like tons of health potions in a few seconds. And I'm not really using my key as well as I should. So far it's like a standard beat 'em up. However, like I said, the one extra thing that I haven't talked about yet that I did get to is that there is an upgrade system to your character, which is interesting. And I actually didn't try it at all though. I just saw that it's there. These guys are terrible. Like if you're not like when you're actually fighting, they always hit you, but when you're not fighting and you're moving around, it's like they can't aim. Take our last tea, because yeah, this is basically where we're gonna pick up plenty. Like if you take the time to smash stuff, so far the game seems fair on the health regens.
This isn't a temple.
We've gone through everything.
And this time we made it to him without him dying, so it's not too bad. But basically the bar at the bottom is sort of like your timer.
Who are you calling a lowlife?
Like I said, thanks for asking, and yes, the family is good. I'm glad as well. I'm glad you got to pick up the game, because honestly, like I said, it is pretty good if you're into beat 'em ups, and it's one of the genres that I really enjoy. Someone was on me for mispronouncing genre this week, but so I've been sort of practicing trying to pronounce it properly in the future. I put a D in there when apparently there's no D. Okay, we're gonna regen here a bit because I am taking way too much damage here. At least they're generous with that reflect action. Like, even if you're way ahead on it, they generally give you credit for it and let you reflect the attacks. These guys, I remember being a pain earlier today. Oof, I'm out of potions too. I actually gotta focus here for a sec.
That's right.
There we go.
You must be the fisherman.
Yes, my name is Wei Cheng. Shi Guan Li has sent me and Liu Haibo to get you. Looks like this Hulk has beaten the crap out of you.
That was only
Are you
round
convinced
one.
to pick it up, Mr.
However,
Smiley? Well,
I
I'm
must
glad about
admit
that.
Their leader, despite fighting with the
Hey,
great
Lucian,
sword
how you doing, man?
Pelican, possesses superhuman strength. Quick, let's head to the ship before Li Haibo starts complaining again that we're dawdling.
Yeah. I don't take it too seriously, like I said, but I mean, I did know that genre. I often pause before the word because I know
Did you find out
it's
anything?
tough to pronounce for me.
Amongst themselves haven't
but-
heard anything, but the Wuku still left behind a few hints. It seems that at least two clans are operating in this region. Red Clan, which attacked Wei Cheng's village, and Green Clan.
So I'm listening to the
which
story a bit
confronted
just so
now.
we know where we're
We
going.
don't yet know if they are connected.
Wait. Did you say Wuku?
That's right. Japanese pirates have reappeared on the shores of the Middle Kingdom, although their attacks are still very infrequent.
But you had crushed the Wuku 5 years ago. I thought my village was attacked by just another band of brigands who dressed up as pirates to scare people. They've done that before.
First, it's too early to talk about a full-scale invasion. There are different theories about what is happening, and our group was sent here to find the answer. Second, if we need help with fishing, we will be sure to call for you.
Panzer Dragoon, yeah. I know it's really not long. It really isn't.
How would a simple fisherman know how to fight?
But it is fun,
Fighting was
and
a
once you have the
skill passed
secrets
down through the
unlocked,
generations
you have
in
at
my
least
family,
the infinite
as well
mode
as
where you
fishing.
can actually challenge yourself to
Grandfather
get
didn't
to
have
play
time
like
to teach me
very
everything,
long.
But it was enough to defend our village from bandits. It'll certainly be enough to knock the teeth.
Like I
out of
said,
those
Panzer
filthy
Dragoon,
pirates.
if you don't have
I've
nostalgia
seen
for
him
it,
fight Guanli.
full
His
price
technique
obviously is
weak,
asking a
but he
lot.
has enough
But
strength and
at $6,
endurance for
I
two,
find like
I'll
it's a
give them
really
that.
decent game to pick up.
Plus, you know yourself that few survive with such wounds as his. As much as I respect our teacher, there is more at work here than infusions.
What if the pirate doesn't have a mustache?
They killed my whole family and destroyed my home. Give me a chance to get even.
Fine. An extra staff won't hurt. Come back when you are ready. I have a few tasks for you.
I won't let you down.
So I guess we've joined like their
Well, Wei Cheng.
I don't want to say
It's about
army
time
because
for
they
you
don't
to
have a
fight
standing
alongside
army,
the
but
true
we've
monks
joined
of
like their
Shaolin.
group.
Whenever you're ready to learn something new, I will be there for you to show some of our combat techniques.
And here we've got the upgrade system. So like I said, I saw that it existed, but I haven't taken a look at it at all. So let's take a few seconds to look at that. So it seems to be upgraded with the 3 types of attack. So you can either do the upgrade the kick, the slash, or the thrust. Yeah, I have it on. I used to have it on Sega Saturn. Unfortunately, my Saturn died, and I sold off my game collection, which I super regret. Because there was one point where I was trying to maybe move away from gaming, like about 10 years ago, like a while ago. But you know what? Over the years, it just came back to me stronger and stronger. Where I'm like, no, I'm not gonna fight it. Like it's part of how I grew up, and it's part of like what I love. So, but yeah, I used to have it on Sega Saturn as well. I was a a lot of people laugh because I was a Sega kid when I grew up. I had a Super NES, but I played way more Sega than I played Super Nintendo, like growing up. And I bought like every Sega console. I had a Sega CD. I had a 32X. I had the Saturn, and I had a Dreamcast. And well, we all know where that went. So I am one of the people that is disappointed that Sega stopped making consoles. I know a lot of people are, but I'm one of those. But you know, honestly, I am glad where Nintendo's going, especially with the Switch now. I sort of lost Nintendo at the Wii U age. Like I had a Wii, but I wasn't into the games on the Wii. The Wii U, I think everyone wasn't into. And then basically, I really got back into Nintendo at the Switch. During that time, I was playing PS3 basically a lot. Okay, let's take a look at this. So, kick attack. So we can upgrade the damage, upgrade the critical hit, approach an enemy from 5 meters away, inflicts 35 more damage to unhelmeted enemies and those in the air. Okay, sounds good, but it still looks like you need 20. Slashing strike. Damage, slashing strike is 50 damage. Chance of critical hit up 10%. Okay, and thrust. Interrupts enemies and pierces armor. I feel like I want to upgrade the thrust because so far the enemies I'm having the most difficulty with are the armored enemies, and the thrust is the attack that goes against the armored enemies. So I do feel like I want to put some points in here first. See what the other upgrades are. Increases the dash distance to enemies by 50% and key regeneration by 25%. Okay, so we just dump points into here. Can I remove them? No. Okay, so we gotta be careful nonetheless. And what, just a point like that and I can, okay. Not sure how this is working. Like, do I get an extra 5% for each point I put in? Or is it once I finish all 20 points, I get the 5%? Hey, Mr. Mish. Hey, Jimmy, man. How you doing? Sorry. Hope you don't mind I say Jimmy. So we are going to, look, I'm going to dump a point into the key generation. We're going to dump an extra point. Okay, no, so it's going up. So yeah, it does get better as you put points in. Hey, Ryan, man, how you doing? Hey, Switch Corner, man, how you doing? So we are going to go look here, and I think, yeah, he said we can buy different staff. So the Forest Rage using key restores health. Sounds like a good trade-off. Nothing yet in the other categories. Yeah, I am doing well, Ryan. Thanks for asking. So, yeah, so we did... So let's see. Merchants passing by our camp have told us that bandits have captured 8 diagram guest houses. Most of them are already run off with the loot, but some still remain to trap unwary travelers. I suspect that the Woku are responsible for this rather than simple bandits. Okay. Yin and Jin have found a wounded lumberjack who told them that their sawmill was attacked. Whatever. Let's go with this one. Let's try another one. You were SNES all the way? Yeah, me too. I've been watching about the Steam Deck a lot. I just find it really weird that they haven't mentioned, well, at least in everything I saw, they haven't mentioned anything about battery life. And as a lot of those portable gaming PCs, what kills them is the battery life. Like, if you're running a demanding game, like I'm not talking about a Hades or a 2D game, but if you're running like a demanding game, I'm wondering if that thing is gonna last as long as a Switch does. But yeah, I've been watching a lot about the Stream Deck as well because it's the first console I would say that could maybe compete with the Switch. And I'm saying compete in brackets because I still don't think it's going to be the same public that's going to want to pick up both. 8 hours? Yeah, 2 hours for AAA. That's what I'm meaning is like it's going to vary. I feel like it's going to vary even more than the Switch varies. 2 to 8 hours. Because the Switch already, you know, like there's a difference between playing Breath of the Wild and playing a 2D platformer. I feel like the Stream Deck is going to vary even more. I'm looking forward to seeing how optimized a lot of the games are going to be on it. That's where I think it's going to maybe we're gonna see some variation too.
Master Guan was right. It's the Wuku.
Is that Alex or Ku, by the way? Oh, darn it. Okay, I'm getting my butt handed to me here. And I'm not following my own rule. Take out the ranged guys first. Ah, okay. Glad to see you here, Alex, man. By the way, for anyone watching that doesn't watch Alex's stuff already, definitely check out Switch Corner. You're going to see it's great content. He does some great stuff, and it was a huge inspiration of mine for all the stuff I do on YouTube. I think you actually, I think you reviewed this, if I'm not mistaken, Alex. Found it pretty decent. I'm trying to remember, but I think so. Oof, it's getting... I am not doing too hot in this stage. That is a godsend. Oof. Let's get these ranged guys out of the way first. Let's angle. Well, even I saw a few frame drops here and there so far. Like, they weren't too bad. But, yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, that's what I said at the beginning. Way overpriced. Like, this should have came out around, like, I don't know about you, what you're thinking, but I would say around 15 bucks full price. This game would feel right. Right now, a sale that was, like, I think was $6 was excellent for this game. Like, that feels like decent value. Ooh. Let's get out of here. What's enjoyable to see so far is the difficulty spikes are going up quick. Like, I'm having to focus a lot more on actually what I'm doing than the previous stages. But that's good to see, because some beat 'em ups become, like, if you don't have that difficulty increase, they get redundant because you're just basically smashing on the same enemies. There we go. You pre-downloaded it? I'm going old school. I'm picking up a physical copy of Skyward tomorrow. I'm gonna line up an hour ahead of time. I know the guys at the well, here at EB Games, which is like the Canadian GameStop, and they told me they have a couple of the Joy-Cons in as well. I'm gonna try to pick those up if I'm lucky. Okay, I'm getting... These guys are... Oh, I didn't know there was stun in this. Like, I knew there was stun for enemies, but I didn't know we could get stunned as well. The shield guy is really wrecking me. I'm gonna try to get rid of the other two and then deal with the shield guy on his own. There we go.
Gods, I thought nobody would ever come to my
That was a
aid.
little intense there.
You'll have to hire some burly guys with weapons. What is the Emperor doing about all this?
Okay, so we got a lot of more points. Got 5 upgrade points. Seems like we're gonna max out on upgrades pretty quick, but...
The Wuku have occupied a small village north of here. According to reports, the same red masked swordsman who wounded Zhang Lung also led the attack.
I thought masks were only worn on holidays. Every day is a holiday for that cutthroat.
Silence, you idiots!
They seem to be
Zhang
strong on the
Lung,
dad jokes
you
here.
will come with me to free the village. The plan is simple. The village is surrounded by a thick bamboo forest, which we will use to sneak up to it. Once we reach the edge of the forest, we will draw closer together. If you meet the leader, wait for the others.
It shall be done. Certainly, my general.
Oh, why did I take you dorks with me? As soon as we are back, you're going off to meditate for 2 days.
It's not too bad. The humor seems like adequate, not crazy, funny, like laugh out loud, but they're trying to give the priest attitude. Okie doke. So let's see. Yeah, like I said, I'm gonna focus on the trust first because I'm feeling that's where we're gonna get the most. Enhanced attacks inflict 35% more damage. No, I can't unlock that yet. Hold on, there has to be a prerequisite then. Okay, guess we have to wait. So let's just upgrade. I'm gonna dump it all here into the trust. We're gonna max this one out. Oh yeah, actually, there's. I don't want to speak out of turn here, but I'm pretty sure he told me they got a couple of the amiibos us here, but that's why I'm gonna go in person. Like I'm gonna line up like an hour ahead before the opening. I'm really gonna cross my fingers to get one. Because I want to test it out. I want to see if it's as game breaking as everyone's saying. I really don't think it's gonna be as bad as everyone's saying, that where like you're where you're gonna be totally like overpowered by having it. Okay, so we see the rewards before, and this one's gonna give us some shoes. But I feel like I want to power up before we go into that one. So let's try another of the regular missions before we move into the... you got it from Japan, so it's already out there. Yeah, because we should be... Japan should be... Yeah, it's after midnight. It just flipped to midnight 15 minutes ago, I think. No, more than that. But yeah, awesome. I'm addicted to physical media, so even though I could be playing like now or pretty soon, I'm gonna be waiting till tomorrow for it. Yeah, I think first party, honestly, I don't think they even produce different cartridges. They often have extra languages on it. My current problem is I don't focus till I'm low on health. Guy out of there. Drink some tea. At least they seem to be giving us way more life upgrades in this stage here. But you like the idea of the amiibo, but I use the Split Pad Pro and Power and Nano. Yeah, I know. The Split Pad Pro doesn't support it. That's actually my main problem for doing reviews. I play mostly in handheld mode, so I never have footage. Like, except for my streams and when I insist on coming into my studio to, like, record. My biggest problem for reviews is every time I'm playing a game, I never have footage for it because I played it mostly in handheld mode, and I am terrible about remembering to hit the record function when something good has happened. And they're giving us a ton of life in this stage. Like, I'm up to like 9 Ts. I don't know if they expected this one to be rough or something. So far it hasn't been too bad. That was bad. Yeah, Scott, so far I'm enjoying it. I was planning on streaming all day tomorrow, but I honestly think I'll only be streaming, unfortunately, a few hours at the beginning of the day, because originally my daughter was supposed to be with grandma, and unfortunately she's going to be here. Well, unfortunately, I love my I love my daughter, and I'm not sad she's here, but grandma was supposed to be watching her. Finally, no. So I'm going to feel bad if I start streaming all day and not paying attention to her, because I took the day off for the release of Zelda, but life is life, and grandma had a thing, so she couldn't take her anymore. But I will be streaming definitely a portion of the day. And anyway, I think I'm going to be popping out a review quickly for Zelda, but quickly is still not going to beat all the huge channels, so I'm expecting to have like almost 0 views on it, but I think a game like that deserves it nonetheless. Yeah, I do think I will be getting the OLED. I am waiting to pre-order it, because I know pre-orders have been crazy. I think they went up in the US today. Here, their pre-orders have not gone up yet. But like I said, the people I know at EB Games here have told me that they've been getting the marketing material and stuff already, which means that it's probably not far off here. But yeah, I'm gonna get it, because number one, I play mostly in handheld. Yeah, I know. Yeah, but I feel the only people Nintendo are giving stuff to is like Nintendo Life. Even though I think they're not an officially affiliated channel in any way or anything, I feel like they're the only ones sometimes that you see getting like a code of a bit before in like IGN. But Nintendo doesn't give anyone anything else other than that. Yeah, 40 hours is... Yeah, exactly. The only thing I'm gonna say is that the only good news is that it's a game that, like, some people have already played on other consoles, which means that you're gonna be able to sort of quickly see, like, already what the improvements are. That's the only good thing for that game. So even though it's long, you get a pretty idea quick of what's changed. Okay, these guys are a pain in the butts. So at least there's new enemy types, because so far I was worried there was like only 3 enemy types. But I'm glad to see that there's more than that.
It means that they managed to escape into the forest. It is safe to return.
Yeah.
The Wuku won't dare attack.
It's good to know. Thanks, Alex. They're old school. You have to have a written website. Yeah, IGN is IGN. I don't want to talk bad about anyone else, but you know, obviously their coverage sometimes sounds a little one-sided. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Okay, so let's start putting some stuff in other places, though. Well, so yeah, apparently after a while, the other levels unlock. I imagine it's after a certain number of points that you collect. Yeah, 0 negative feedback. I wonder if that's what happened to, what's his name, Wood? Because when Nintendo dropped him, he started modding and stuff, and they never really, apparently they never really told him, but yeah, anyway. Don't want to do any rumor stuff, but I did find that a little odd because he's a huge channel. Okay, so what else should we do? I guess let's put a couple of points into the slash, like that, and let's make sure it regenerates our key, because I'm feeling sometimes I'm running out because of that. Game's good. Game's good. you're Klong, if you've just tuned in, the game so far is very enjoyable, but not at full price. Like, this is another one that I hope we get another sale on soon. One just ended, and I really hope another one comes up, because at around $6, which is where it was at, it is, I would say, a really good game to pick up if you're into beat 'em ups, because the gameplay is standard beat 'em up. And but if you are, it is a very good game to pick up. Yeah, exactly. It's right after that he got dropped, and I don't think they like if you want to be an official ambassador, they already don't like fan games and mods and stuff. So if you're an ambassador and you start playing a fan or a mod, it's like out. I'm feeling that's where it's at, but you know, what you gonna do? So yeah, but yeah, I'm excited for the OLED nonetheless, even though I'm excited with a, question marks, because I was hoping we'd get a little more horsepower out of a new Switch, but nonetheless, I'm still stoked, because I do play a lot in handheld mode, so having a better screen in handheld mode, to me, is going to be a slight upgrade nonetheless. Okay, so now they've got metal armor. Awesome. These guys were already annoying enough. There, come on. Well, thanks for watching. I'm glad you watched my videos. Helps out. Just watching, liking is the best thing to do. It helps a ton. There we go. A couple of guys down. And thank you for everyone who's joining the stream, by the way, as well. I didn't thank you guys, I think, at the beginning, but it is I'm super pumped to see people at these streams. I was sure I was going to be streaming to like 0 people at first, so I'm glad people are tuning in. And if you have any suggestions for future streams, you can always leave them in the comments of any video, anything I'm doing that you guys don't like, let me know. These shield guys are annoying. Oh, I had no idea we could smash the bamboo. Hope there weren't any health potions in them, but at least this time once again, they're giving a decent amount. Oh, is this a hidden? Oh, we found a secret.
What bastard did this to them?
There we go. Yeah, so far, honestly, the game's been going pretty good, and I saw a few frame drops here and there, but maybe they've patched it up. It's hard to tell, because when you get the game now, often it's pre-patched. There we go. Much better now. There we go. So he is now down. Good. Let's regen a bit here and move on. So I imagine we're going to get a boss at the end of this one because they were talking about a boss and they said don't take him on your
What
own.
is this? Another bothersome peasant coming to get revenge for his
So we're going to get to our first
sister?
boss fight here. Let's see how this works out.
You
Do you always talk this much? Or only when you're about to die?
how?
Oof. Okay. Yeah, it'd be better if you dodged the other way. Okay, so life bars are pretty substantial here. Okay. Not sure. So let's do a dodge. I'm wondering how the Y is targeting because it's targeting to the side. Okay. I have to stop messing around here and focus for a sec. It's his leap that he's getting me with every time. Okay, if I stay in close, he doesn't do his leap. That's where I'm having most of my issues, so let's just stay in close and keep dodging in and out. There we go. So once you get the pattern down and you realize that if you stay in close, he doesn't do his sort of looming attack, it's not that bad. So all around, I'm pretty happy with this game.
We've beheaded one of the Wuku gang and forced them to flee. I'm afraid that this is only the beginning. So
You were a great help, Wei Chung. Well done.
this doesn't cancel out the fact that he engaged their leader without waiting for us. I gave you clear instructions, fisherman, and you disobeyed me.
And you weren't here, and he could have escaped.
We had completely surrounded the village, so he had nowhere to run. That was the whole point of the plan.
There is great power inside you, Wei Cheng, but it is held back by your rage and hunger for revenge. I can take you under my wing and teach you everything that I know. But you must promise to obey Master Guan Li.
If anyone is, can someone type something in chat? I just want to see because my chat seems frozen on my end. Can anyone type anything in chat?
Heroes didn't get to celebrate their victory for long. The Red Wuku clan, which had disappeared after attacking Wei Cheng's village, suddenly reappeared in the south of the province. Teams led by the warrior in a white mask.
Thanks, guys. Okay, no, it wasn't.
Leaving behind only smoking ruins.
Give me a sec. I need to just refresh it. Give me a sec here. Because I had the chat popped out, and it's it was frozen, but only on the pop out. I was seeing the stuff in the regular chat behind it. Good. Hey, Danny, how you doing, man? Glad to see you back.
Wei Cheng, you don't look so good. Are you having nightmares again?
Yes, it's always the same one. I'm in the village again during the Wuku attack, surrounded by fire, death, and screams. And there stands a warrior in red armor and a white mask. Guan Li says that we are on the right path.
Track him.
And we'll be able to track him very soon, although he continues to elude us thus far.
This clan is much more organized. According to the sparse reports, their leader acts more like a war chief than a pirate.
I don't care what he's like. When we finally reach him, I will tear out his heart with my bare hands.
So far, story-wise, it's pretty much revenge, and that's
you
it.
You need a distraction, and I happen to have some good news. You have learned much from me over the past few weeks, but it is time for you to see certain things that we teach only in South Shaolin.
Oh.
Let us go outside.
Oh, we're getting some new abilities, possibly.
This fighting style is called Southern Elements. It allows you to use your chi to perform incredibly powerful hits. The first move is a round attack, which inflicts damage on every foe close enough to you.
So we need to hit ZR and X.
The second move unleashes the full power of your weapon over the head of your enemy. The third move throws your opponent into the air, cancelling his attack, and
Okay, so you really gotta hit the trigger before the
go
attack.
ahead and try to use all of this in real combat.
It's pretty straightforward. X is basically when you're being surrounded. You've got A for when you really want to do like a finisher, and I guess Y is more of a juggling move. I'm not getting the OLED Switch. I've already spent way too much this year between upgrading my PC to an X570 board with a Ryzen 3 5950 and GPU to 3090. How did you get your hands on the 3090 is what I'd like to know, because I've been wanting to upgrade my PC that I use basically to edit the videos and all that, and I have not been able to get my hands on any type of decently priced GPU. But yeah. And you bought a PS5 disc edition and an Xbox Series X, not to mention all the games Maple has forced me to buy. I don't force anyone, but I'm just joking. I know you're joking too, but you spent quite a bit of money there. PS5, Xbox Series X. I am looking at getting a PS5 for the channel to occasionally do some PS5 stuff. I just haven't really found the budget to do it with the few games that we're getting. Like, to me, right now, buying a PS5, there aren't enough games coming out where I'm like, it's worth it. But that's just my own opinion. I've had an occasion here to buy a few in person. And, yeah. Series X, though, actually looks more interesting because of the retro compatibility. Especially that I picked up like 40 to 50 Xbox One games that were like only $2 and decent games used. So yeah, okay, so let's get back to this here. So what do you guys think? Do you want to keep going on this game, or should we switch to Panzer Dragoon a bit? Or are we having more fun watching this? I'll let you guys let me know in the chat. Like, just write it, stay here, or write Panzer Dragoon, whatever, if you guys want me to switch games. Let me know in the chat. I'll keep going for the moment, but now that we saw a boss fight, we pretty much saw the different abilities we can get in the game. I mean, we can see a lot here. So we have different stances. So here we have the new stances. These are upgrades to these. I don't know. I feel like we're better off though for putting points into the basic stance. You're limited to the under $5 list for the rest of the year. Good thing though that we have a lot of games on the under $5 lists on average. Like, it's not hard to give yourself a $5 budget a week and get a new game each and every week. Honestly, that is one of the things that is one of the reasons I love the Switch as much as I do, is that it's a console that, for one, the entry point is so low. Like, you can pick up a Switch Lite for $200, and for less than $5 a week, you can pick up a new game each and every week. So far, we have one Panzer Dragoon that I see in the chat, so we might be switching in a few minutes if I don't get any contrary votes. So we have 6 upgrade points. So let's say we do... Let's put a couple more here. Let's put that there. Let's get a couple of points into the kick. So have that regenerate the key as well, so that all our attacks basically regenerate key. But I'm glad to see that there's other stances and stuff, because I was like, wow, we're going to run out of upgrade points quickly with the speeded upgrades. So I guess this is the secret we found. So basically we can wear a mask. Not too bad. Oh, we have something new here. So increase run and jump speed. Awesome. I got you 50 plus games in the backlog. You guys don't even want to see my backlog. It's scary.
Perhaps something worthwhile. There's plenty about you in there. You should check sometime that I haven't made anything up.
Like, honestly, this is my like workhorse Switch, and I think I have over 200 games installed on it. And like, that's not everything, because obviously I have too many games and some are huge downloads that I can't have them all installed at once. So, but yeah. Like, if you want to see backlog just for a few seconds, because you know what, we'll switch a bit to Panzer Dragoon, not because I'm not liking this game, but unfortunately, I don't think we have way more than like another half hour to the stream for tonight. So, you know, I did say maybe a little bit of Panzer Dragoon, and I think I know a few people say, I know Barry said Shaolin, but, you know, I do feel like playing a little Panzer Dragoon. But, yeah, just to give you an idea, like, obviously some of these games I've finished, okay, but if I were talking about backlog, this is like, I finished probably 25% of the games, and this is only the ones I have installed on this console. Like, when I say I try all the games I suggest, I really play all the games I suggest. And yeah, anyway, yeah, not that, you know, I think anyone was doubting it, but just let you know, that is my backlog. So if when I hear people are like, my backlog is scary, I'm like, thank God you don't have mine. Because I've finished, like I said, 25% of the games. I try to almost finish a game that I review, unless it's really a game that is unfinishable. Now, just to let you know, for Panzer Dragoon, I am gonna skip the story stuff because the story stuff doesn't make sense for a lot of it. Like, you're playing this game because it's an arcade game. Just give me a second, guys. Sorry about that, guys. The wife had to talk to me for a couple of seconds. So yeah, like I said, I'm going to skip the story stuff in Panzer Dragoon because no one plays Panzer Dragoon for the story. It doesn't make sense for most of it. Let's play a new game. Let's go for normal. I do like basically all the older stuff, like the restoration and mods, I still do. I just don't do them on camera. Like, I have been building up my retro collection as well. No, don't. I was speaking French, Bear, so it'll throw you off if you try to read the lips. But now she was asking if the dog ate and if what I took out of the oven is edible or not, and I told her that I'm not too sure because I didn't get to taste it yet. But yeah, it's just that honestly, it's the old stuff. I love doing it, but I'll be honest, it was getting no views because I think the retro like guys on YouTube are already saturating the stuff, and that's perfect. Like, I watch that stuff a lot, but I really enjoy doing it, but I do it on my own time now. I rarely do it on camera because it's a lot of editing time, and you know, I don't want to take away time. Already, I'm not doing as much as I would want for the channel, so you know, I don't want to take away extra time again. Now, by the way, if you ever do play Panzer Dragoon, I would strongly recommend using a turbo controller. I am not using a turbo controller, but if you want to help yourself, it is something that I strongly recommend. So it's basically an on-the-rails shooter, but it's not 100% on the rails. Because you actually control the dragon as well. Like, it's odd till you actually play it and feel it, but you do angle the dragon. Like, you'll see there are obstacles, and if you don't angle properly, like, you'll take damage. Now, basically, you gotta hit pretty much everything on screen because there is a score at the end based on how much stuff you killed. And basically, so you want to try and shoot everything you can, even if it's not attacking you. Because it'll get you a better score and it'll give you more continues. Because basically this is an arcade-style game. You have a limited number of continues to finish the game. But, the higher you score on the stages, the more continues you'll get to actually finish the game. And that's what I mean, you gotta dodge this stuff. If you don't, you'll take damage. And the first stage is not the best one, but in the next stage you'll see that there's actually quadrants. Like, you can actually look behind you with the shoulder buttons. You can look to the sides and behind you, and you'll see that in future stages you'll have to look behind you. Sometimes you'll have to look to the side. You actually have a radar at the top right there. And it's important to note that the radar is very much used. And you have like basically there's only 2 attacks. Like I said, it's super arcadey. In this, you have a basic shooting attack, and then you can hold down the attack button, and whatever you go over, you get like these homing missiles. And the whole game is about flowing between your regular shots and basically the homing missiles. I'm decent at it, but I'm not like a crazy player. I love it. I've played it many times, but when I see some of the guys online, what they do in this game, it is insane. Missed one there. But you'll see that in the later stages, Panzer Dragoon is, you're gonna have to use your radar at the top right a lot. Especially in the boss stages, you gotta follow where they're going. I know some people said they got motion sickness playing this because of the way the camera like flip-flops around. Like my wife can't watch me play this game, she gets like seasick watching it. Like I said, the major thing about this game that is disappointing is it is super short. Like, honestly, if we would have another hour to hour and a half, we would play through the whole game. It's basically 5 stages plus a final boss stage. Like this is one of the first bosses, and it's funny because what these ships later on take like a quarter of the hits that they're gonna take now. This one always throws me off. I forget where we gotta be shooting here. Because there's moments where it doesn't take damage. So like you see, you can sort of follow on your radar where he's at, and you switch to the quadrant where he's at. And it's funny because this fight, to my memory, is actually longer than the final fight. Like a lot of people in the remake were disappointed because the final fight does go by quite quick. Yeah, torpedoes. Take those out. And see, this is another invincibility part. Like, the ship's not taking damage anymore. So it's basically like running you through the motions where it wants to make sure that you learn that you can shoot torpedoes. There we go. Now we finish him off. And first stage is down. So it's not any longer than that for the first stage. And like I said, there's about 6 stages. And they're all about this length. So, like I said, about an hour, hour and a half, you can actually get through the game. All depends on how many times you die and how many times you have to start over. Oof, that was bad. Well, 95% doesn't sound bad, but it's bad for the first mission. Like, you should be pretty much getting 100 or missing maybe 1 enemy. Like I said, we're going to skip the story stuff because that's not what we're here to see. We're here to see the gameplay. But yeah, no, it's... honestly, when this thing is on sale for $6, if you like arcade style stuff, to me it sounds like a really decent pickup. Like I said, I wouldn't pay full price for it unless you're really into it and you're really into arcade stuff and you know you're going to replay it over and over again, sort of like me. I'm even looking at picking up a physical edition. There's a store not far here that has the limited run games one in stock, but they're selling it for 70 bucks. Yeah, 15 years ago, yeah, the original was very pixelated. The appearance is much cleaner on this one. I never kill these guys. There we go. So like I said, you see on the radar where you've got your enemies at. And abuse the lock-on missiles, because this game is... This game is all about abusing those lock-on missiles. You got the yellow dots, you see where the enemies are. So this stage, like the second one, is getting you used to using your map. Like the first one, you didn't have to do it a lot. The second stage, like the first 3 stages almost feel like long-winded tutorials. Where basically the stages are building up to the skills you need to finish the last 3. In my opinion, that's about where we'll get. We'll get to like stage 4-ish tonight, and we can always play. The other stages later, because I actually, since I already finished the game a couple of times, well, I have the cheat code unlocked, so we can actually do a stage select in this game for in a future stream if we come back and want to finish it. See the final dragon with a storyline that doesn't make any sense. So I've missed a lot in this stage as well, but doing pretty decent nonetheless. Now you're gonna hear some mashing, because these guys are all about mashing. Come on, lock on. Like I said, turbo controllers in this game are your friend. I just don't have one nearby, but if I did, I would be swapping. Come on. Now, the aiming does feel a little different than the original. Like, if you ever played the original, the original was easier to aim than this one, but they still did a decent update patch. Like, if you ever watched a review of this game when it just came you like to watch it, but you don't like to play it. That's okay. There's a lot of games like that for me. We got him down. And stage 2 is done. Oh yeah, they're doing their own release, Alex. That is good to know. For 39.99 euros. I'm gonna check that one out because yeah, 39.99 euros. I'd have to do the math, but if I don't get caught by import fees, it might be a better deal than actually trying to pick it up. Here. So we're gonna do one more episode, and then I think for tonight, I think it's gonna be decent for tonight. I feel like, especially that we're gonna be back for tomorrow. So like I said, anyone that wants to watch Zelda, I'm gonna be starting it up probably on stream. I am going to try to do it as early as possible. It's maybe not as early as I was planning, but I will schedule the stream at least a couple of hours before it starts. So if anyone wants to watch it, just watch out for your notifications for tomorrow. And I'll let you know at least a couple of hours before the stream starts when we're going to be doing it. We're going to start up a new game, and I've actually never played it. I've never played Skyward Sword. It's one of the only Zeldas that I've never played. So it's going to be new to me, which means that you're probably going to see me get frustrated at some puzzles. And here's where I said that the sort of boss-like ship become like a normal enemy later on. He's already dead, by the way. He just stays on screen for way too long once they're dead. Once you don't see them on your radar anymore, like if they don't show up like a yellow dot, you know you don't need to take care of them anymore. Oh, darn it. Missed that. There we go. Midnight? Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be midnight though, Bear. I'm gonna be getting some shut-eye early because like I said, I'm gonna be trying to get my hands on those Joy-Cons and possibly an amiibo tomorrow morning. Tomorrow's gonna be an expensive day. Tanks. There we go. Got this section down. So we don't... Oh yeah, these guys take a few hits. Okay, come on. There. Is there a boss in this one, this stage? I think there's a boss at every stage, I'm pretty sure. Oh, thanks for coming by, Danny. See ya, man. Oh yeah, and I hate this one too. I find this is, I think, is the most annoying boss of the whole game. He has a super long invulnerability period. Or basically is now. And I never remember what is it. Basically you have to dodge his wings up and down. The only good thing is that his first section, which is this section where you have to dodge the wings, is not too long. Come on. Oh. I'm doing really bad. If you can't tell. Yeah, Wesley, I'm sorry you missed 9 Monkeys, but you will be able to catch it. I always put the streams up after, so you can catch the stream anytime. As soon as we're done the stream, which will be in, like, not too long, you will be able to watch it if you wish, and you'll be able to see 9 Monkeys. Like I said, this is the most annoying boss to me in the whole game because it's just long. It's like the fight lasts way too long for nothing. And basically all you're doing is like you're basically locking on while he jumps in the front of you and in back of you. And there we go. Last. Boom, he is down. So, that is stage 3. As you see, we're already halfway through the game. You know what I'll do? I think we'll do one more stage. We'll do one more stage. I most likely will die on stage 4. I normally take a death around here, but hopefully I'll do better than I usually do. We'll do one more stage, so it's not going to be way too long. It's only about 10 minutes. And we'll have seen a majority of the game. But stage 4 is really where it starts to get spicy, and I find the game really kicks up. But just so you don't worry, the game never really gets, in my opinion at least, to a really difficult spot. And we're playing on normal, but there's an even easier mode for someone that's would be worried about it. Like if you're like finding that there's a lot of stuff to keep track of on the screen, there's actually an easier mode. And there's a harder mode, obviously. And most people who are fans of this game have been asking the developer to even launch a even more difficult mode, which they so far haven't done, but they have given us episode 0, so there were like 2 updates to this game, 2 or 3 updates to the game. So we have been getting a little bit of extra content. I'm really hoping that one day they do a real original follow-up, because I enjoy on-the-rail shooter arcade games. It's a taste, you have to like them, but I enjoy them. I remember when I was a kid and I used to go to the arcades in person and play these games with a roll of quarters. Yeah. Yeah, these are the rooms I hate. I despise these guys. Actually, that was not too bad. I usually take way more shots than that. Oof. I think that's the last one of those rooms, though. We'll still have a few more of those guys, but they're not going to be in any sealed rooms. Yeah, sorry if I'm not reading chat too much. I gotta focus a little bit on this one. You got the big wand? Yeah, it is pretty good. Honestly, I was super happy with that controller. It's nice to find like a third-party non-licensed controller, but that does a really quality job. Like that is one of the rare non-licensed controllers that feel really top quality. And I've tested a lot of controllers, and I've got to say the big wand is still on the top of the scale. I am the only controller I'm missing, because I want to do like a best wireless controllers video, but I'm still missing a Pro 2. I have my Pro Plus, but in Canada, so far, we cannot get a Pro 2. And I haven't ordered one from China yet because I'm really scared to be hit with import fees. And because they're expensive, like the controller's gonna end up costing me like 120 bucks if I get caught by import fees. So I've been checking Amazon regularly, hoping that they get some in stock so that I can get the controller at a okay price. But once I get that controller in and can do an official like review of it, the following video will finally be the best wireless controllers video that I've been wanting to do for quite a while, but they always come out with a new wireless controller that I want to test. So this one has another invincibility phase here at the beginning, if I remember, so we've just got to dodge his crap. And now I think, yeah, now it's over. Now we just gotta hit the wings. So like I said, this is one of the... This is really normally where people start. If you do have, I don't want to say trouble with the game, but if you do start finding it difficult, this is normally where it comes in. Because the bosses have a little bit more to them. Like, the... And I'm doing really bad. Normally I take almost no shots on him. You just gotta dodge his wings. Oh, man. Yeah, 'cause... And just got to move out of the way of those. There, we got one wing down. Okay, if I can stop getting hit, I might actually not take a death here, which would be freaking amazing. Now we got to get the head. There we go. Wow, we did it. Yeah, the 8-bit though. Yeah, the Pro 2, like the one with the analog triggers at the back, with the extra triggers at the back. That's the one I've been trying to find in Canada, and it's been a pain in the neck. They got a few in stock when it like just came out, but it's been out of stock here ever since. I know in the States, it's in the US, it's super easy to find from what I heard, but for some reason, 8-bit though in Canada. Yeah, but I think it's like I said, I think it's only in Canada. Yeah, I have the Pro Plus, which is my go-to controller. Like as soon as I'm playing like a 2D game. A fight stick, yeah. I actually I play fight stick like when I play like if I play like serious fighting games like you know, Street Fighter or Power Rangers or anything like that, I play fight stick. But I've just haven't seen that much interest on the Switch, which is probably why I haven't motivated me to make a video. But I don't have the like I have one that's compatible with the Switch, but it's not a Switch one. It's one with Sanwa buttons. I have a blank right now, but it's a pretty decent one, but it's a decent budget one. Like it's not it costs about $150, but so it's not like a $300 crazy fight stick, but it's a decent one. But yeah, like I said, the 8-bit though in Canada, it's rough. It's rough. It's like trying to get a Retron in Canada is tough for some reason. I finally found a Retron 5, but it took me forever to get one in Canada. And now I know it's out of stock in the US as well, but here it's been years that it's out of stock. Anyway, so I think that's going to be a wrap for tonight, guys. I hope you enjoyed the stream. I mean, we played a couple of really decent games, and I think I want to do this you know, like the other streams on Thursdays, rather than try to play through a whole long game like you know, Destroy All Humans. I think I want to do like, you know, some games like this, some games that I want to include on future sales videos. I still have like a ton to try for this week. Like I put a couple of them on the list as well. Tin and Kuna. I want to try out because we haven't had it on sale yet in Canada, but it was on sale in Europe. And I'm under the impression that we're going to be getting that sale soon. And I think from what I saw, people have been giving it a hard time, but I don't think it's as bad as it is. And by the way, if any of you are watching right now and you're into 2D platformers, Firework, which is the game that you see on screen right now, is a really good one to pick up, in my opinion. Like if you like Mega Man style games, this game right now is on sale for about $2. Like I'm gonna say between $2 and $2.50 because I can't remember off the top right now. I didn't include it on this week's $5 list, but it is a pretty decent Mega Man clone. It's just way more linear, and it's the graphics are like 8-bit style. It's not. However, it controls more like a Mega Man X-ish. Like I wouldn't say this is a crazy good game, but it is a very good 2D platformer, especially at like $2. So anyway, it wasn't on this week's video, but in any future under $5 video, if Firework goes back on sale, this is definitely a game that I would say is worth picking up. Unfortunately, I just didn't have time to try it before this week's video, and basically I was picking it up. I picked it up yesterday. I played through like at least like 2 or 3 hours of it, and it's good stuff. It's good stuff, but it's challenging. I would say if you're challenged by Mega Man games, be careful with this one though. Anyway, so that's, like I said, that's pretty much it for tonight. It's a wrap. I really want to thank everyone that showed up for the stream. It's really fun to chat with you guys, and feel free to ask any questions, by the way. The reason why I'm doing these streams are really not only just to show the games, but to have a chance to chat with you guys, because sometimes in videos you have to get to the point or else people tune out. And we don't have time to just talk about stuff like, you know, the Switch OLED, all that stuff. So always feel free to pop by and ask any questions. It's always fun to see you guys. So hope you guys tune in next time. And as usual, hope I'll see you guys in my next video.